Poor bastard must have been shot down this morning.
Fuselage is still smoking. Check for survivors.
He's all snarled up on something. Shit! Grenade!
No joke, I died about 3 more times during that tiny section. This is Call of Duty World at War, a game developed by Treyarch, published by Activision in 2008, and as it stands, this is still my favorite game in the Call of Duty series. For those living under a historical rock, the game is set during World War II. The game mainly focuses on the Eastern and Pacific theaters, whereas you'll be playing as a Soviet fighting the Germans, or a US Marine fighting the Japanese. Like all the earlier Call of Duties in the series, there is no story. You already know how this thing's gonna end, but you're just buckled up for the ride that's gonna take you on.
Getting this far has been tougher than any of us could ever have imagined. Taking the airfield and the mortar pits showed us that the enemy will fight to the death for every last inch of this rock.
That voice sounds familiar. That's Kiefer Sutherland from the show 24. I don't know, I just remember when this game came out, that was a really big deal for some reason. Compared to the other old Call of Duties, and especially the new ones, I feel like this one has a much darker, more sinister tone. I feel like after this Call of Duty, every Call of Duty since has been focusing on some sort of storyline. From the tone to the graphical style, and even the sound, this game really makes you feel like you're in the middle of a combat zone that has just gone all to hell. Yeah, man, if you got a decent set of speakers, that's the way to play this game. Crank those speakers up to 11 because a set of headphones ain't cutting it. The game also has a tank and plane mission, which give a good break between running around every mission. And these missions ended like right when I was starting to get tired of it. Overall, the game has incredible pacing, I think. But I will say the music in the airplane segment is pretty damn good, if you can hear it. The campaign definitely deserves at least one playthrough. The game does have you just go through World War II guns blazing, but it is at least a fun and honestly maybe even traumatic experience. The gameplay is fast and action-packed, which is kind of what you want in a first-person shooter, especially a COD game. Now we get the multiplayer, and we all know we can't have a fucking Call of Duty without some goddamn multiplayer. Yeah, people are still playing online on World at War, at least on the 360, but I think that has more to do with the backwards compatibility. Which, honestly, why the hell aren't all the old Call of Duties on Game Pass? There's still people to play with, which is what matters. But then again, all you're going to be playing is Team Deathmatch and maybe the occasional war. And like Modern Warfare before, there is kill streaks. Instead of a helicopter when you get 7 kills, now you get dogs. Which I felt the dogs weren't as good as the helicopter, because the dogs are kind of a hit or miss. They either terrorize the map, or their AI just like bugs out. A lot of people have said over the years that the dogs are overpowered. I don't really think so. I think if you know the map, then you can kind of outsmart the dogs, or even get a good angle, even if enemies are around the corner. The game also features the tried and true create a class system that's pretty much standard now in every single first-person shooter. Which, if you're all about historical accuracy, you're not gonna like this, because you'll see Thompsons with like aperture sights and everything. Which you don't play Call of Duty for historical accuracy, let's be honest. Along with the creative class, the game's got, you know, your standard rank up system, challenges, prestige, what have you in any Call of Duty nowadays. Multiplayer is basically the same as Call of Duty 4's multiplayer, just with a World War II setting. And honestly, that's all I need. That's why I've been playing it all these years, ever since release. While I think this game is fun to play even today, there is one massive problem plaguing this game if you're trying to play it on a 360 or PS3 in the modern day, and that is the old map packs. Well, it's not the maps themselves, it's that if you do not own the DLC and you join a lobby with those maps enabled, it will automatically kick you from that lobby. While everyone can try to veto the map before it loads, if it just vetoes and then goes to another DLC map, you're screwed. And I don't know how many people would buy a $15 old map pack for a game released in 2008. That's just a lot to ask for.
Recon plane is fueled and ready. Our recon plane will find them.
And we all know the reason you would even buy the map packs is so you can play zombies. Yeah, that sound never gets old. If you have all 4 map packs, you have a total of 4 zombie maps to choose from. But honestly, the only maps that are worth a damn are Verrückt and Der Eis. I know that's not how you pronounce them in German, but that's how we've always called them when I was a kid, at least. Because, you know, we're dumbass Americans and don't know how to speak German. While you can play zombies single player, it is strongly recommended to play multiplayer. In fact, that's really the only reason you would play zombies in the first place. Get you, your 3 of your best friends, and just have a good time, just laying back, killing zombies, talking shit to each other. That's kind of what zombies has always been about, really, at least in my opinion. And you know, you can make fun of the person that's bringing the team down, which is usually me, by the way. Surprise. And that's Call of Duty World at War. Honestly, I think it's really a complete package, especially compared to the Call of Duties nowadays. Whether you want to do multiplayer, campaign, or just screwing around with your buddies, World of War's got you covered. Although, just keep in mind about the map packs.